right, good evening everyone. It's the 29th of April, the last trading day for the week and for the month. So ibig sabihin, pagbukas natin ng chart comes Monday, May na po yun. Alright, so let's go and check what's happening in the market now. If there's still trades that we can get in, even though it's Friday. Yeah, and let's check on some trades that we were monitoring for the last few days and see where they're at now, and we'll reassess the positions as needed, right? Okay, so let me jump into our chart right away. So I'm again beginning with our major currency pairs. Okay, so as you see, we were expecting for AUD USD to move in that direction right there, towards the trend line. That's what I mean. Okay, so medyo may konting delay tayo dito. Ayaw niya pa talaga umakyat, but earlier today, it's starting to and testing the 71.77 level. So I hope you guys were able to catch this move from earlier today. Look at that. So tingnan natin from here. Look at this. Look at that first bar right there. Earlier today, moving in that direction, right? Touching the 71.77 level. There was a little delay somewhere here from few days ago, right? Medyo break even lang tayo dito in this position kasi I got one here but it never went that far, tapos nag-reverse siya. Ngayon it's going there. So tingin nga from here, I just want to double check. So that's about 45 pips from here. So medyo naka-recover lang din tayo, right? So earlier the take profit was somewhere here. Yeah, that price was hit somewhere at I think that was just 50ish something lang. So at least we were able to recover that. From Euro USD, look at that whiplash as well. Oh, not necessarily like a whiplash, pero the price tested the 105.04 level, right? From here, tingnan natin, no? I'll just go through this currency pairs very quickly to give you an update of what has transpired since Wednesday. Okay, so same thing with GBP USD. Look at that floor level, or sorry, Euro USD pa rin pala, sorry. Looking at that level being tested still, all right? And as we know, if we're looking at a downtrend, look at those waves right there. So we're kind of expecting for that thing to happen too. Coming from the floor, sabi nga natin, may konting delay pa rin, right? As the price is testing this again, look at that, spiked again earlier for 72 pips. Now it's going back. We'll see if we can see the price further higher or baka ang gagawin niya mag-breakout. Balikan natin to. GBP USD has the same situation. We were monitoring this floor level right here. It tried to break out, but it went back up there. So we'll reassess that later. Look at these major currency pairs. As I was looking at this earlier, it's trying to break that zero level on my Fibonacci extension. So it could possibly go there still bago mangyari yung pullback na ina-expect natin. But yeah, we'll plan that out. USD CHF is still staying above the 96.15. Let's see what else we can do about it. And of course, you have your USD CAD. There you go, pulling back after. Yeah, mapapansin nyo, meron tayong buy doon. So at least for 1:1, that's done right there. Okay, now we are moving on with the sell. Unfortunately for me, I wasn't able to go and catch this big move from yesterday. But earlier today was a beautiful thing for us. Okay, so dollar yen, it's still moving up there. I'm keeping that trade. Ito na lang actually yung natitirang open position, right, from that move. So we're still up by at least 130-ish something. If I can measure it from here to here, plus minus, parang ano na. Okay? So, all right. So let's go back to AUD/USD so we can do a more comprehensive analysis and reassessment. Okay? So since that trade has been closed already from the ceiling, what's next for me on a Friday? Look at that rejection on the 4-hourly chart. So what I'm thinking right now is if I can go for a quick sell, if it will go back to the floor level, right? Or earlier I was waiting for this H1 chart to really break out. So as expected, when the price hit the ceiling right here, okay, when the price hit the ceiling, ang expectation natin is for the price to go down a bit, which is actually happening now, diba? So yun na yung nangyayari right now. I have two things on my head now. Can it possibly break out or can it reverse? Yun na yung inaabangan ko ngayon. So, one thing you don't want to get in on is yung nasa baba pa lang siya, parang ganito. Sorry, medyo malikot, no? Parang ganito. Bigyan ko lang kayo ng example. Parang ganitong maliit na breakout, tapos naging false breakout, bumaba, right? So, kaya nga sabi ko kanina, I'm thinking if I can go for an early buy entry for a bullish engulfing, then we can expect possibly for the price to go. Pero pag hindi naman, then we can expect for this to go in this direction instead. Now that's where I want to plan my trade. Yeah. So for a bullish engulfing, okay, we can set our entry price higher. Let's say from here, yeah, 40-ish, 35 pips to 40 pips. Entry price will be somewhere there. Pag nag-spike siya, then we can possibly go expect for this to go. Pero knowing that dollar is still stronger, I mean, as far as the yen is concerned, so it can still push further too. So may konting dito, if you notice, parang hindi ganun ka-confident yung buy natin, right? Or at least for me, as you notice, if you were with me for the longest time, I want to see a breakout and a retest before going on for a buy. So meaning, if I'll get in on this one as the first attempt to break out, this could be a little aggressive. Pero sabi nga natin, even though you're getting a little aggressive and you really want to take the trade because you see that opportunity, please do not forget to set a safety net for your trade as well. Meaning, right, always set a stop loss. That's part of your risk management plan. So again, that stop loss right there or the risk management plan increase my confidence to saying or telling myself, just in case the market won't go in my favor, right? It won't eat up my whole account, but instead I have an account that I can still trade for the next trading day. As they would say on the old saying, your account have lived to trade for another day, sabi nga nila. All right? So, but of course, right, I want to know if I can proceed further or not on this one. So I'm looking for further confirmation. What is that? Looking at this one, yung previous na scenario, kung mapapansin nyo, orange is below the blue, right? And there's no clear strength if buyers can really push the price higher. This one is looking differently this time. So that's another thing that I'm thinking about earlier. And I say, yeah, there's momentum coming here from below, right? All it needs is for another push, right? Compared to the previous one. So again, that's where I'm coming from, considering that buy position. All right. So from here, aggressively, again, going back, I want to see if this can go for a bullish engulfing. So I'm setting up a buy order now. Again, here. All right. Oops, sorry. Let me just redraw this for an easy early entry there. So buy stop. Again, if the trade is not triggered, we're willing to cancel or let the trade expire. If you notice, I always set an expiry there. So 0.7183 is what I'm looking at. Right. Then we have a stop loss at 0.7146, and I think I need to do something new comes May. I think comes May, I need to really go for setting take profits. As I observe for the final week of April, right? At least it went for 1:1. Then I let the trade run and eventually it reversed. Yeah. Then I need to re-enter again just to cover, right? The previous drop, diba? Then eventually got recovered naman. Pero I think that's something that I can improve on the next trading month, I would say. Yeah. Anyway, expiry, of course, at the end of the current bar. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. We have at least, like, if not 19 minutes left. Yeah, 20 minutes there. So let's go and set that trade. If that price goes, I would love to be in the trade. Now, just in case it won't and reverse, yeah. So may abang tayo dito, pero nga sabi nga natin, I'm a little bit too late now coming from this one right here. It already have moved by 17 pips. So ibig sabihin, if I see the price struggles to go lower, I would possibly just take it again on Monday na lang, right? And not try to force myself to jump in on a sell that I don't see a high probability trade now. Sorry, excuse me. So, um, I'm trying to look for an entry price here. That is the ideal entry price right there. Look at that price hitting the ceiling. Then you see the breakout from the previous bar. Pansinin mo yan. Right? Don't pull back, then bumalik. Yeah. So, ideally, I would wait for the orange to go below the blue. That is, if I'm following the trend with the EMAs. Parang something like this, right? This one is very good, right? Parang ganyan. Pero on this case, I would not expect for those EMAs to cross over right away, as I've seen this big move happening here. So conservatively, if I want to sell, right? If I want to sell, I would probably wait for it to go lower than this one. Okay, I'll give you a view of what I'm seeing earlier. Okay, so let me just draw another diagonal line here. Okay, so kung makikita nyo, meron parang kine-create siyang short-term floor level dito. Alright, that's same number. Okay, parang nagkakaroon siya ng floor level dito if you notice that. So, here, tapos naging ceiling dito. So, meaning, I want to see if the price can really test this kasi I'm late na coming from that higher ceiling eh. So, kung i-chase ko pa yan, ito na lang yung malit, baka mag-bounce na doon. So, 2 reasons to sell tonight, just in case I will find good reasons. Yeah, meaning, if the price goes up right there, I will sell again pag may hesitation to go up. Anyway, pag nag-breakout yan, we are anticipating for something like this to happen before pulling back. So, we want to catch that early move up. Pero pag hindi, we'd like to sell here. Next is, dahil nandito na siya, I would like to know if the price, or see if the price can break through, then another sell option will be here. So, this could be my sell 1, and this could be my sell 2. So far, this is just my buy 1. So, meaning yan yung inaabang-abangan ko tonight. Tingnan natin if the price can still move in our favor, even on a Friday. Sabi nga nila, there are Fridays that you cannot trade. I would agree, but there are Fridays as well that the market would just spike, right? And we can still monetize that move, right? Okay, so that's my take on AUD USD. We are now jumping on Euro USD. Again, sabi ko kanina, it's still testing that floor level at 1.0504. Okay, if you notice, my pullback na siya dyan. If I go to the 1 hourly chart, okay, so this beautiful crossover right here, right, from this big bar, okay, a beautiful spike there. Ngayon, bumabalik na naman siya. So, I want to be a little more patient here, okay, and wait for the price to bounce off this level. Then, if we can find another entry level tonight, touching that floor level, I would love to get in there, right? Just like what happened here, though my konting delay, bumaba muna, but we were never got stopped out until we reach 1:1 here. Tapos dito may hesitation, so we took the money early, right, in that case. Alright, so tingnan natin if we could probably experience something like this or a little delay in the movement then suddenly spike. Ibig sabihin we're carrying over that trade till Monday. Pero pag hindi naman, short-term exit or take profit level will be following this one. Okay, just give me 1 sec. Let me draw it again. Let's have another one here. So, para mas mabilis, copy-paste ko lang to para diretso siya tingnan. Okay. So, my first touch would be this. And, yeah, that would be the test right there. So, balik tayo sa bars. So, ibig sabihin, if we can find an entry price here, like this beautiful pin bar, okay, tingnan natin if it can go right there. So, yeah, we'll see if this price can go in our favor. Okay, so, again, the first requirement will be a touch on the floor level. So, ibig sabihin, buy 1 lang ako dito. Would I consider a sell right now? No. Pero kung sakasakali may potential na bearish engulfing later on, then yeah, the analysis or the bias could be a little different. Okay, pero the earliest I could see, given it's already a Friday, is for the price to go and test this level for the next few hours. Okay, anyway, we are expecting a new bar in 15 minutes, so that could possibly go and touch this level. Then at 10 o'clock I can go back to this one and find if a buy entry is something that we can consider, right? So that's the plan for Euro USD tonight. Let's see if Euro can fight back after this few bars or few hours of price dropping down, at least for the last 2-3 hours. Okay, tingnan natin kung kaya niya pang umakyat. So it could be the same thing for GBP USD as you notice this, right? Almost identical yung chart dyan. If you were asking or probably asking saan nanggagaling yung floor level, yeah, dito tayo nag-check at least for the last one. It has been recently updated, right? So kumbaga meron tayong floor level na unang ina-expect pero bumaba siya ng konti, right? So, ibig sabihin, we could possibly expect for a breakout there. But, sabi nga natin, not until that breakout happens, then we are still expecting for the current floor, right, which is at 1.2509 to still hold, just like what happened here in the past. So, ito yung gusto nating makita at first. Pero pag hindi, and this one can possibly do this and pull the price further lower, then we are to anticipate for it to go at this low. Okay, so anong ibig sabihin nun? Anong gagawin natin tonight? On the daily chart, if you notice, it tried to go back up earlier and it's still struggling to do so. So ibig sabihin, let's go on H4. We're not seeing a reasonable entry price. Again, unlike Euro USD, may nakikita tayo doon. Alright, on the 1 hourly chart, but on the 4 hourly chart, but on the 1 hourly chart, I'm seeing good reasons to go and have another attempt for a buy here. Let's see if this time ready na siyang pumunta doon. Okay? Tingnan natin if GBP USD or the cable, right, is ready to go up there. We are seeing a potential bullish engulfing. If you want to be a little conservative, knowing that there's a little ceiling here, a short-term ceiling, then you can watch out for that too. Okay? Just in case you are to consider that. That's what I mean. So, ibig sabihin, if you have something like this, medyo conservative tayo dyan sa approach, baka hindi nyo po kunin itong trade na to. Okay? Kasi there's something in your way there and the confidence is not really there if you are considering that ceiling. Right? Because probably some could be looking at that as well as short-term traders. So, again, please apply trader's discretion when you're taking these trades too. I'm not dictating what you should do. I'm just giving you a view of what I see in the market, and if you find it useful, go and follow it. And if you do not agree with the analysis, again, no one's forcing you to take the trade, and I just hope that I can help you have a view of what the current market condition is. All right? Now, in that case, dahil dun sa 1 hourly chart, medyo may konting alangan tayo because of the ceiling, our 15-minute chart is already testing this level right here and could possibly go there. So meaning we could jump in on a short-term trade here for us, looking at a possible 1:1 on the 15-minute chart, right? So I want to see if I can go and take advantage of that move before the price goes higher. So meaning, let me see, I want to see an entry somewhere at 57. And if we can go and catch a 26 pipper, we'd love to go and have that experience tonight. So let's see. If not, we will cancel that pending order, yeah, in the next 15 minutes. So ibig sabihin, again, I'm on the 15-minute chart trying to say if this bounce right here, very, very close to the EMA, can push that price there at least for a 1:1. Okay? So, entry price will be at 1.2557. Right, a stop loss will be somewhere at 1.25303. 30. I would like to go for 29. Right, a little lower. Right. Again, if you have been with me for quite some time, I like my odd numbers more than the round numbers. So that means I will increase my risk to reward ratio. No, not the risk to reward ratio. It's still 1:1. Pero yung target ko a little higher lang by a pip. So 1.2585, right? Oops, sorry. Okay. 85. Yan. Okay. So, kasi nag-adjust ako ng 1 pip dito, adjust ako ng 1 pip doon. So, we keep the 1:1. And of course, 10 minutes in, tingnan nga natin if the 15-minute chart will still allow us to set an expiry. No, ayaw niya na ng expiry kasi napakalapit na. Okay, so balikan na lang natin to ng 9 o'clock. Kung hindi talaga siya nag-trigger, then we can reassess our position. Again, where are we coming from on this short-term buy? Again, knowing the D1 here is likely to go up there, testing the floor level. Tapos on H4, we have seen a short-term ceiling there, right? Given that we see a potential bullish engulfing on H1, pero nga lang ang entry natin is already on that little ceiling right there that of course we don't want to disregard. Okay, so I went personally to the 15-minute chart to find a short-term trade instead until the ceiling, and from there we can observe if it can go further or not, diba? So that's where we are coming from with GBP USD. Okay, so next will be NZD USD. Ito na nga yung sinasabi ko, nagbe-breakout compared to the other pairs that we've checked, right? This one is really going a little lower, right? Than that seen floor level. Kung magbabalik tayo dito sa line studies natin, look at that floor level. We were anticipating, or at least for me, I was anticipating for the price to go up. It did not happen. That's totally fine, right? And it only means that we can reassess our position. It's just that yesterday I wasn't able to catch this move, yeah, after nung breakout niya. So, but anyway, I want to see if the price can go back up there, pero medyo may pag-aalangan nga tayo dito ng kaunti. Kung mapapansin nyo, it's a little identical to what Euro USD, sorry, where's that? AUD USD is doing. Look at that. Yan. Ito yung nangyari sa kanya, tapos bumabalik doon, and you go NZD USD, ito naman at bumabalik doon. Alright, so that's almost identical situation. Sabi ko nga, mapapansin nyo yung may mga bars lang, hindi ganun same sizes, kaya hindi talaga siya totally identical. But I'm thinking of doing the same thing. That's what I'm looking at right now. But knowing that it's just about 8 minutes left on this bar, it could not possibly be triggered. Pero anyway, right? In that 8 minutes, we could be studying a different currency pair and suddenly the market spikes. So I don't want to miss that again. Kasi bakit? I'm okay with missing some trades if I'm not in my chart or in my computer. But if you are already looking at your chart and still you miss some trades like that, so parang masasabi mo yung napakalaking sayang, 'di ba? Kasi nakita mo na siya, hindi mo pa siya sinet, right? Then nasa sayo na 'yon, right? So let's see again. Things can happen in the next 7 minutes na lang actually, pero since we are jumping onto a different currency pair, I'm setting a pending order here at 0.6543, yeah, and a stop loss at 0.6515. I don't think tinanin natin kanina, no? I don't think it will accept the expiry. Yeah, yun na nga. Pag masyado nang malapit sa... Oh. Sorry. Ito pa pala. Buy stop. Ayun. Ayaw nga talaga. Okay. Anyway, we are now checking that. Let's see if the price can move up there. It's just about 14 pips away from the entry price. Tingnan natin kung magbe-breakout. Pag hindi naman, again, we would love to let the trade expire. Again, we are getting a little aggressive here, trying to see if we can see that price breakout. Yeah, yun talaga. Okay, so tingnan natin. Can we go for a lower time frame trade? This one is very, very close to that, a 10 pipper move. I don't want to go and jump in on that plus minus the spread pa kasi. So you can go and scalp by about maybe less than 5 pips here if you may, before it reverse that in that case, right? So pero in this situation for me, I would rather see the price really move further up, if I will take it on the 15-minute chart. Okay, medyo tight na yung room dito for a 15-minute trade. Unlike the GBP USD, I'm seeing, look at this, I'm seeing 25 to 30 pips here, but NZD USD, this is only like about 10 pips towards the ceiling na. So again, if you wish to go and scalp there, right, please apply trader's discretion. Okay, yeah, so scalping in essence is just like picking few pips there as the price move in your favor, like 1 2 3 pips, then you go out, yeah, then you get in again, multiple trades, yeah, within the day. Anyway, so yan, yun yung NZD USD natin. So, going to USD CHF, which still, again, testing that level pa rin. Hindi na siya nag-pullback. So, tingnan nga natin. Alam ko meron tayong inaabangan dito from, ito nga yung, whether this level right here, I think a little bit higher for the recent one, which is, yes, that's the actual price that's being tested now. I really wanted to go for a buy here, pero dali aalangan na ako dyan sa kanya, medyo mataas na siya eh. So a little pullback would be better. Look at this beautiful train track here, as they call it. That's a price action or a reversal price action, okay, that can possibly look like a pin bar if you go and combine those two bars, di ba? So parang pansinin nyo to, dito nag-open, umakyat, tapos nag-reverse, nag-close dito. So like a shooting star right there. But of course, we did not see the price go much lower to the floor as a pullback. Can go there. 30-ish pips pa naman. Yeah, this is really tempting now. No, it went sideways on H1. This is the ideal entry here, pero hindi rin naman na-trigger. And our pin bars has been struggling to push the price higher until this one. Okay, I'm overanalyzing it. I just need to go to the next currency. Yeah, so this means we go to USD/JPY, which is again testing our 2:1 level earlier there for the take profit, tapos nag-reverse. Now we are sitting on 1:1. If you remember, that's the ceiling where we could expect for the price to go. So if this pullback if this pullback happens here, then we might possibly expect for another move there on Monday. So again, since I have not been in USD/JPY for quite some time, and I'm willing to keep this trade for an extended period as well, I want to see where USD/JPY can lead me to. All right, so I would expect for pullback back to the EMA if you are looking at the daily chart. So ibig sabihin, it's normal for me to expect for this move a little pababa, and we'll see if the price can still be pushed further towards that direction right there. So I'm keeping the trade. If you are not in the position yet, the H4 chart is kind of showing us continuation here, right? So kung mapapansin nyo, may spike siya dito, now pulling back for this short-term sideways expectation that I had from last week. Or sorry, from earlier this week. So, if you guys can remember, at a point, nag-antay pa tayo ng breakout dito, pero hindi naman siya na-trigger. Pero in this case, now the price is moving up there. So, nag-breakout na siya, and the pullback here, then another move up there. So, if you're not in the trade yet, if I'm not in the trade, that's what I'm trying to say. If I'm not in the trade yet, then possibly I want to wait for the buy somewhere here, right? This level is a bit reasonable already, yeah, if you wish, kasi touching the yellow, the orange din naman na. Okay. Conservatively, I want to wait for the touch here a little lower. But again, yeah, you can already go and anticipate for the move to happen in this trade right here. Okay. So a scaling in session, a scaling in trade, I mean, could possibly be set somewhere here, right? So we can scale in and add a new position on an existing position, right? Meaning this is the time where we can not necessarily like double up the trade, but just because when you say double up the trade, it's either you are doubling the risk, right? And the other one is could be increasing, yeah, increasing the what you call this, the original position, like from one lot you're making it two lots, parang ganon, you're doubling it up. Now scaling in doesn't need to be that way if you want to be aggressive, right? What does it mean? Kunwari you're risking about one lot here on your original trade, on the scale up would be you can set a 0.5 here, anticipating for the price to go for another, keeping the original one. Yeah, so meaning if this 0.5 trade right here goes in your favor, then you can go and trail the original stop loss here. Yeah. As the price moves up, then you can go and scale up and scale up and scale up until it reaches the ceiling that you anticipate for. Okay? Now, in that case, all right, it's 9 o'clock now. Malamang hindi na-trigger yung mga trades natin dito. Yun, nag-expire na nga. Eto, nag-expire na rin. Expire na rin. That, sorry. Wala pala tayong expiry dito. Okay? So, tingnan na lang natin. I want that price to go back to the EMA, tapos mag-spike. Pero I would anticipate for a breakout pa rin. Okay? So, just give me 1 sec, no? So, I'm going back to the yen. We are now seeing a double inside bar. a doji here means indecision in the market, right? I want to see in the past what doji does for USD JPY, so I can show you an example. Yan, parang ganito. A doji is like the indecision, okay? You can see where the close price is just equal to where the open is, okay? Pero if you notice, it still follow the trend after a little pullback, then move up. So if there's a trend, it is likely to follow the trend. Look at this, another doji there. It pulls back to the EMA, then continues, right? In our case, we're seeing another doji here, which is touching the EMA already, diba? Very, very, what do you call this? Different to what we have seen in the past. So, but still, there's a trend that we're seeing. I am still confident that this can go in our favor. I want to go and check H1 if H1 can help me out. Not really. Look at that H1 chart. Okay. But if, wait, sandali lang ha. I'm thinking of something. Let me just remove, no, I don't need to remove that. If this is a move, yeah, receipt thing at the 38.2 fib level, a little pullback will do. A little pullback will do, just like what I'm expecting on D1. But I love to go and see the price move higher too. Again, we are in the position that I'm just looking for to scale in on this existing trade. Sorry, I'm just moving further. If I can find a reasonable floor in the middle or ceiling that can help me make that decision. Well, I think I'm okay with the H4 chart. Okay, so going back to the H4 chart now, I would like to set a pending order here for me. Again, if this won't trigger, I'm totally fine, right? I want to say a double inside bar breakout. So I'm setting up my entry price there. I'm okay with 130.61. Okay, so again, the purpose of this order, noticing that the price is a bit higher than the previous bar and the one before that, is for me to see a double inside bar breakout. Okay, and that's where we want to be triggered exactly. Yung pag-breakout ng dalawang bar dyan. Kasi looking at this indecision, then there's another bar that you need to see the price go higher. Meaning I want to be more confident, yeah, with the trade, saying if the buyers can push to the price higher than the last two bars, then yeah, that's a little bit more conservative there, waiting for the buyers strength to really be shown on the chart. So yun po yung rationale behind that decision. Then stop loss at this 1:1 level right here below. So ibig sabihin pag bumaba dyan, I'm also willing to take the money of the current trade that we have. So at a point, it went to like about 300 pips, I think, from this entry price. Almost, yeah, at 290 something kanina umaga. Right, but anyway, from here, 129.65 is the stop loss. 129.65. Do I want to have an expiry here? Yes, of course. Yeah. Tingnan natin. Bakit gusto natin ng expiry? Simply because we are, or for me personally, I am not able to go back to my chart, right? Every now and then, especially right now, it's Friday, it's Football Friday. So it's very unlikely for me to go back to the chart every hour, okay, compared to like the regular days. But anyway, so I hope that made sense to you of the trades that we're taking here. Again, I'm scaling in on this one, so it is not necessary for you when you're scaling in, it's not necessary for you to like always keep the same lot size. My suggestion for beginner traders is if you're trying to be more confident, or you're trying to be confident with scaling in positions, I suggest that the secondary position is just half of the original, right? Kasi bakit? Originally, you want the first position to be in profit first before you scale in, right? Kasi bakit? Pag kunwari na stop out ito, right? Just imagine this. I'll give you a little thing here. Yeah, if this is 1:1, let's say 1:1 is 100, okay? So you're making 100 pips here. Then you're setting another here. You're making 100 pips already for 1:1. So let's just say umakyat na si price, then na-stop out ka dito, you lost 50 here, right? You lost 50 on this trade, okay? Kasi half lang nga siya ng position mo, the original position, okay? So, ibig sabihin, pag na-stop out ka dito, you're willing to take the $100 1:1 as well. Though you got stopped out here, and you exit here, you're still coming out with $50 profit. I hope that makes sense to everyone. Kaya yun yung sinasabi kong half lang. Kasi pag same lot size that kinuha mo to, para mabe-break even ka lang. So, sayang yung effort. Okay? So, if you want to be a little more conservative, you can have just like a quarter of the previous position. Okay? Kaya nga, sabi ko, if you're not comfortable doing scaling in then, as a beginner trader, you're not really required to do this. But at least something to look forward to as you become more experienced into your trading skills. Sabi nga niya na, kumbaga, minsan naghanap ka ng konting challenge, right? So, that's the major currency pairs for me, guys. Thank you so much again for being with me for the whole week and for the whole month of April as we monitor primarily the major currency pairs. And recently, we have been adding the crosses, right? So, thank you so much for your suggestions. On telling me what other currency pairs that you want. So meaning we will do, if not improve, right? The number of currency pairs that we will monitor depending on your request. So I'll be constantly monitoring the major ones. Oh, sorry. Yeah, na-miss natin si USD CAD. Right? I just saw USD CAD there. Sorry. You know. Anyway, walang pullback. Sorry. Kala ko may pullback siya doon. Okay? So, yeah, hindi ko na nakita yung pullback. Okay, anyway. Balikan lang natin to mabilis, no? USD CAD is doing this already. Look at that ceiling being tested several times. Okay, so hindi talaga siya nag-break out. Now, the price have dropped here. So, if you were in the trade earlier today, for this beautiful shooting star, you should be up by at least 60 pips or maybe higher depending on your entry price. For me, I would like to see, dali, adjust natin to kasi this floor level was set to check, sorry, just give me 1 second. This current floor level was set there to test this one right here. Pero I think I want to adjust it. I want it to be more closer to the current price or the recent price action, which is this little sideways right here. Yeah, so ibig sabihin, there's still a possibility for this price to go further lower. Ang ibig lang sabihin nun, I would need to wait for the H4 to pull back there. Yeah, very close to the ceiling. Then sell again. We have a much bigger room for selling. Yeah, for that case. Orange will be below the blue as well. So another confirmation for a short-term trade here. So from ceiling to floor, we are looking at least 100 pips there. So a little pullback, then we could possibly expect for a 2:1 here. For next week na talaga siya. Okay? I thought yung after nito nag-pullback, hindi pala. Okay, so hindi ko na siya muna isasali sa position ko on a Friday. So definitely, USD CAD is something for the first week of May. Okay? So, yun na nga. Buti na lang nabalikan natin si USD CAD before we call it a Friday. So, I hope you guys had a wonderful week because I did. I had a blast and the market has been very generous for us this week as well. So, thank you so much for being with me for the whole week. Though there are some, some trades that moved the opposite. We were able to come back in. All right, and sabi nga nila, right, you might not win all the time. Yeah, there could be losses, there could be wins along the way. And as the song goes, you might win some and lose some. But with proper risk management, everyone, the outcome should be income. So you guys have a wonderful weekend ahead of you. Thank you so much for being with me for the whole week. I'll see you guys on Monday, same time, 8:30. Charts up, right? Let's see May and look at May and accept May with open arms. As it is. Okay, so you guys have a wonderful evening, right? Enjoy your night. Thank you so much again. Do not stress yourself out, right? Do not try to chase all the trades. You cannot catch them all. This is not a game of Pokemon, right? Trading should be fun, everyone. I'll see you guys next week. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye, everyone.